recently on Twitter, you mentioned you were talking about Eminem.
No, I wasn't talking about him at all.
You weren't?
I wasn't attacking him. You can't have a sensible conversation on Twitter without people getting their knickers in a twist. All I was saying is the use of the word fag is not enlightened. Nobody in this room or in this country or in this planet can say that calling somebody a fag is enlightened behavior. You can't argue that it means something else. And my feeling at the moment is that, you know, what's going on in the world, in Russia, where people are being killed, any word that legitimizes that is bad. And I don't care if it's Eminem or anyone else. Him saying, you know, it's ironic. Well, it's not if you're getting your head kicked in. You know, so I do feel quite strongly about it, but it's not personally against him, it's against anyone who uses that word.
Do you think the media makes it okay?
I'm kind of surprised that, you know, that the media doesn't take more sort of offense to it, you know, as they would do if it was a racist comment. We all know that racist language is unacceptable and you can get into a lot of trouble for it. So why can't you get into trouble for using that word? Because it isn't a nice word. It's not the sort of language that adults should be using. Maybe if you're 13, fine, we can kind of sort of excuse it till you grow up a bit, but you know, come on.
What do you think of the progression? Do you find, having grown up with it, as you said, in comparison to today's society?
Well, isn't it funny that, you know, in the 80s when I started, I really felt like we were part of this huge kind of sea change and that the world, people had got over it, you know, and now you look around the world, Russia, Africa, even places like Italy, you know, parts of Eastern Europe, where there's this kind of new attitude, you know, and if you look at some of the things that people are saying on Twitter, you know, why are you offended by the word fag, you fag, you know? But even like last year, you know, I had some Lady Gaga fans like saying, I hope you die of AIDS and things like that, you know, because I made some joke about Gaga that was really, really innocuous and kind of fun.
Yeah.
But it just surprises me, you know, the way that, you know, fans are so belligerent, you know, and I always try and encourage my fans not to be like that. You know, if I have a row with someone on Twitter, I don't want my fans to kind of join in, and although they do. But you know, I just want to live in a world where people are cool, you know, and that we don't have this kind of language and we don't have these kind of conversations, really.
I read you said homophobia is a means of self-loathing.
If I was to sit here and say, you know, I have a problem with straight people, you'd think I was a freak. If I said, like, well, straight people really creep me out and what they do creeps me out, you just think, what an idiot. I just think, you know, as Stephen Fry, you know, he's a great British actor, he said, like, homophobia is like hating red telephones. It's that stupid. But, you know, the problem with the internet is that, you know, you say anything and there's such an appetite for information now. And there's so many bloggers and people hunting for, that one little comment gets blown out of space and you think, how did this happen? You know, it's unbelievable. So I do spend a lot of time blocking people.